In today's class, we shall be discussing about our next category of amino acids, which is polar amino acids. Now, what are these polar amino acids? As previously we know that in non-polar amino acids, the R group can be in hydrogen, an alkyl chain, or any aromatic group attached to it. Now, in case of polar amino acids, this R group is either an alcohol, a thiol, or an amide. So I will just give a glimpse of our previous class. In our previous class, we had remembered the structures of glycine. I shall not be drawing them, just naming them: glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, phenylalanine, and methionine. So these are total 7 amino acids that we had drawn in our previous class. Now in this class we shall be learning about the polar amino acids, and by the end of this class you can easily draw the structure of total 13 amino acids. So this will be an asset to you. Now let us start with polar amino acids. Now all of you are familiar with the structure of glycine. I am writing here the structure of glycine just for your reference. I am writing the structure of glycine only and only for your reference here. Remember, glycine is a non-polar amino acid. We are going to start with polar amino acids. So this is the structure of glycine, which is a non-polar amino acid. Now we shall be starting with the structure of polar amino acids. Our first one is serine. Serine. So we all know that after glycine, if we add a CH3 group to this, it becomes, yes, you all know that, it becomes alanine, which is also an non-polar amino acid. But if an alcoholic group is added to this alanine, it becomes serine. If an alcoholic group is added to the methyl group of alanine, it will become serine. See here, an alcoholic group, OH group is added, it becomes serine. This is our first polar amino acid. Now the next structure is of threonine, and the structure of threonine is formed if a methyl group is added to the first carbon of this side chain. If we are adding a methyl group to this, it will become threonine. The next structure is of threonine. Let us draw. First of all, draw the basic structure of an amino acid. See here, now we will be drawing the structure of threonine. CHOH, and a methyl group is added here. This is the structure of threonine. The next structure we shall be drawing will be of tyrosine. Now a hydrophilic aromatic group will be added, that is a phenol. Now what if we add a phenol structure to that of alanine? It will form tyrosine. It is that simple. Just simply draw the structure of alanine first so that you can easily understand. This is alanine. Now we will be adding what? A phenol group to this, CH2, and it becomes tyrosine. Now our fourth structure will be that of cysteine. Now if we add a sulfhydryl group to that of tyrosine, it will become cysteine. You also know another amino acid that is containing a sulfur group, that is of methionine. Now if we add a sulfhydryl group to that of the structure of alanine, it will be becoming cysteine. Now let us draw the structure of cysteine. Here SH, you can see here SH. This is the structure of cysteine. This is the structure of cysteine. Now the next structure we will be drawing that of asparagine and then glutamine. Now asparagine, if we add an amide group to that of the structure of alanine on the methyl side, then it will be forming asparagine. I will be writing here the structure of asparagine. See the structure on the top. Up to that the structure is similar, CH2. Now we shall be adding an amide group, CONH2. It becomes asparagine, and on addition of one more CH2 group in the side chain, it will be becoming glutamine. Now the structure is also simple of glutamine. Now how this structure is changed, see here, CH2, CH2, C double bond O and then NH2. This is the structure of glutamine. Now this is the structure of glutamine. Now let us draw again and know how these changes are done. We will be using our same trick of that which we used in our previous lectures. Now first of all, let us draw the structure of alanine. This is the structure of alanine. Now the first polar amino acid that is formed is known as serine. Now we shall be using the structure of serine to form here. This will be CH2OH and this is serine. Now from serine, the next structure we shall be learning that is of threonine by addition of one methyl group. Now in the structure of threonine, a methyl group will be added, that is here, and this is known as threonine. Now in case of tyrosine, a phenol is added. Now in case of tyrosine, here we can see a phenol is added. Sorry, previously I haven't mentioned an OH group here, so please correct this. In case of tyrosine, a phenol group will be added to that of the structure of alanine, and it will be tyrosine. Now let us draw that. OH, and this is tyrosine. Now after the tyrosine, the next structure we will be starting off that of cysteine, and in case of cysteine, what is added, that is simply an sulfur group, sulfhydryl group, you can say SH, and it will be forming cysteine. Now instead of a sulfhydryl group, if an amide group is added, it will be forming asparagine. See here, an amide group. If an amide group is added, what is formed? That is asparagine. And if extra CH2 group is added here, then it will be forming glutamine. Addition of a CH2 group, then what is formed? Glutamine is formed. Now this is the structure of glutamine. I hope students now you can easily draw the structure of 13 amino acids. So you can update your glossary by addition of another 6 molecules of amino acids, which are serine, threonine, then comes tyrosine, then comes asparagine, cysteine, glutamine, so these are the additional 6 molecules of amino acids which you are learning in the polar amino acids, and these previous 7 are from non-polar amino acids. Now in total, now you can easily draw 13 amino acids. So students, I hope this is helpful to you. Keep practicing these structures and draw them again and again so that you become familiar with the structural differences among the amino acids.